Hi, hello, welcome back to an extremely dreary day, but, ow, why? Why the violence? I just want you to say hi, oh my god. The feistiest Tandy is here. Ah, I'm so feisty. No, I'm a danger. I'm a danger. Send help. Any exposed skin is going to be chopped. Well, I was going to try. I was going to try to do a book review, but I'm under attack. I swear, this is a different day than the last time I was under attack by Tendy, so this just happens. The other ferrets are playing nicely off to the side, but not Tendy. Go play with your sisters. Mommy has to do a book review. So we are here on this really dreary day. Hello, Jadzia. Tendy didn't go play with her sister, she just brought them all over here, so now I'm being attacked by Chai. Because I just need to get this book review out before I forget. Hi, Chai. This is Chai. Do not bite me either, please. This was actually a patron requested book review, and I have been so behind on that. Did you know that on my Patreon there's a level where you can boss me around, which includes requesting books for me to read, and this one has been requested for ages. I'm so behind, but now I'm going to be catching up because my job that I just got allows me to listen to audiobooks while I work, so it's perfect. Like, I have no excuse not to listen to an audiobook. So I will be catching up with my patron reads and some of my own reads. I just have not been getting very much reading done lately, aside from reading people's works that I have been critiquing, because as you all know, I am a developmental editor, and you could have your book developmentally edited by me if you would like. But that's not why we're here. We are here to talk about a book, as I said, requested by a patron, and that book is The Bone Witch. So let's use my handy dandy laptop to read the synopsis real quick. When Tia accidentally resurrects her brother Fox from the dead, she learns she is different from the other witches in her family. Her gift for necromancy means that she's a bone witch, a title that makes her feared and ostracized by her community. But Tia finds solace and guidance with an older, wiser bone witch, who takes Tia and her brother to another land for training. In her new home, Tia puts all her energy into becoming an Asha, one who can wield the elemental magic, but dark forces are approaching quickly, and in the face of danger, Tia will have to overcome her obstacles and make a powerful choice. So, if that blurb felt kind of vague and bland, I feel like that's actually on brand for the book. This is probably really going to disappoint the patron who requested this, because they really liked this book, and they were hoping that I would really like it too, but I did not. The thing is, I also didn't hate it. There wasn't anything that like filled me with righteous rage. It was just really meh. Just meh. It began pretty enticingly. The main character, as it says, resurrects her brother accidentally and kicks things into motion, and it does have a very classic fantasy story beginning. Main character finds out that she's special, a mentor character shows up to take her away from her previous life, and she goes off to like a magical school to learn about herself and her abilities. Very standard stuff. But of course, you know, you can do a lot with standard stuff. Just because you have something that's fairly standard doesn't mean that it's going to make the book boring. And honestly, none of those elements were what made the book so meh for me. It's really difficult, honestly, for me to pinpoint what made the book so meh. I really wish that I felt strongly about it one way or the other. This might be kind of a short review, aside from being frequently attacked by ferrets. Chai is back. You'd think this book would be a real hit for me, because I do love undead things. And in fact, this is the second book in a row that I finished with themes of the undead in it, so. But unfortunately, everything in this book almost felt shallow. Like the author was afraid to ever delve deeper into any of the things that she was exploring. Her character, her world, her magic, her politics, all of it felt so on the surface. And maybe because it's a young adult book, I mean, I hate to accuse the category for being a reason that the book is meh, because there can be young adult books that are very deep and very engaging, but like nothing grabbed me. There was nothing to grab me. Everything just sort of existed, but nothing ever went deeper. And we can start with the characters, because the main character was just, I'm just gonna say, how many times can I say meh? She was just meh. she didn't have a personality, in my opinion, at all. Like, if you put a gun to my head and demanded that I tell you what her personality was, I wouldn't be able to. Now, there was a framing device with her in the future being talked to by a different character, and the future her had a lot more of a personality. Well, at least a little bit more of a personality. She's very commanding, very in charge, very confident. But her from the past was confident sometimes, was meek sometimes. Like, there was no... She had really nothing, it felt like, that she cared about. Like, she ostensibly cared about her brother, but even that felt very shallow. I'm a sucker for a sibling relationship, and even her relationship with her brother felt very shallow. And, like, aside from throwing in a line every now and then when she went to the magical school about how she might never see her family again, it didn't feel like she missed them. She was just like, oh, sucks that I will never probably see them again. Oh well, but like, what do you miss about them? What about your mother's favorite soup that she always made for you when you were sick? What would your father do that was comforting? I don't remember if her father's alive, honestly. I don't remember too much about her family because they were just at the beginning of the book and then they were just never a thing again. I don't even remember how many siblings she has besides the brother, the undead brother who she brings with her. And even that, like the beginning of the book, I'm like, oh my god, she resurrected her brother from the dead. This is gonna be huge. And instead, he's just kind of a sidekick, and the fact that he's dead does not really matter. He could be not dead, you could get rid of that element, and the book would be roughly the same. The only thing it does is it gives him, like, he's bonded to her. Don't poop on my rug. He's bonded to her because she's the one who resurrected him, and so, like, they can kind of feel each other's pain and emotions and stuff, but, like, that's it. I'm waiting for you to do something really cool with this.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess.
There's also an undead horse, and it might as well not have been, aside from the fact that it made it really durable and really, like, susceptible to commands. The horse character wasn't a character. Like, what a waste. If you're interested in writing horses well, don't look at this book. If you want an undead animal that is truly awesome, read Nettle and Bone. Bone Dog is the way to go for your undead animal. Also, oh shoot, what was it? I'll put it on the screen. There's an undead animal in this book as well that you should check out for well done undead animals. Do you want to be a zombie ferret, Chai Chai? Well, you're gonna be if you keep biting me. Yeah. Just keep biting Mom, see what happens. The mentor character was your very bog standard mentor character. I couldn't tell you who any of the other students were. They all blended together. I couldn't tell you who any of the hot guys around her were. I think there was a handsome prince, but I don't even really know if she, like, I struggled so much because nobody had a personality. They just existed for the plot. I couldn't tell you anything about anybody. Now, factor this in, maybe it was a little bit my own fault because I did keep setting this book down because it wasn't engaging me. I just, like, I would go find something else to read and then I'd finish that book and I'd come back to this one and I'd read a little bit more and then I'd go read something else again. So, like, I did read this in, like, chunks. Like, the biggest chunk was recently. But I read the beginning and then it slowed down and I was like, okay, is it going to be this slow the whole time? And I got bored and wandered off. And then I came back to it, still slow, got bored and wandered off. And then finally I came back and, like, finished the main chunk of it. So I did read, like, a hefty portion of it all at once. But, like, couldn't tell ya a damn thing about, like, any of the characters. And you guys know that characters for me are so, so important. And the fact that the book was slow would have been fixed for me if the characters were better, if the characters were deeply engaging, because I don't mind a slow-moving book if I like the character. This definitely did have the air of, like, she went to a magical geisha school, and as a result, though, it felt like we were much more interested in the sort of geisha side of things. And I don't know if that was an inspiration. I have done zero research on the inspiration for this book, but I feel like it probably was. And we were so interested in that, and, like, I could tell you more about her dresses than I could anything else.
Focus on your studies. Music, the art of conversation.
And, like, she's supposedly getting training for her magic, but, like, we see so little of it that I also could not tell you what she learned. in this school. Like, I paid attention for it. I was like, what is she learning in this school? When I realized I had no idea, like, when I had last seen a lesson. And so I paid attention for it, and they basically summarized, the author basically summarized a lesson that she was having about, like, herbology. And that was it. We didn't go deeper into that class. We didn't learn along with her. We were just told that she learned these things, and then we hurried on off to be about dresses and stuff. I guess there was one character, well, two. There were two characters that I liked. There was the dressmaker guy and his assistant, who I'm pretty sure we are setting up to be a trans woman. They were the only two interesting characters. Not in the book enough. Oh, Flat Ferret. Mommy will be done with this soon, okay? I said it was going to be a short book review, and yet here I am flapping my gums. The plot, very slow. There's some political intrigue. I'm not a political intrigue girly, so like that wasn't going to be the thing that kept me in it. But maybe if you like some political intrigue, you'll be a little bit more engaged than I was. The plot, like, there were some action scenes, but then the character would like pass out or somebody else would handle it, and I'm like, the action scenes felt like they were so quick, and then they were just over, and we were back to dresses, and I was like, I'm just not into it. I will watch a character I love play pretty princess dress up, but I will not watch a bland face do it. No thank you. So I was just glancing at Goodreads, and I noticed Reads with Rachel's review, and one of the things that she said was overly long descriptions I didn't care about, and the lack of descriptions I did care about. That sums up this book for me so much. We spent so much time with things that I was like, okay, sure. And then we glossed right by the cool stuff, in my opinion. So obviously, opinion is going to matter strongly with this book, because like if you do care about the stuff that the author spends a lot of time on, you'll probably like this book. And I guess I'll end on the prose, the writing itself, the words on the page. The prose was fine. Not amazing. There were definitely some moments, like I snorted through my nose. I remember this line specifically. I apologize. He apologized. Yeah. So sometimes there was a little bit of lack of skill in some places, but mostly the prose was as uninteresting as the plot was for me. It was just there. It never managed to make me forget that I was reading. It was just serviceable. Not graceful, not artful, not terrible, just serviceable. Yeah, so unfortunately for the patron who requested this one, I'm sorry that it was just so meh for me. I didn't want it to be, but it was. My deepest apologies. But I will be getting back to reading my patrons' requests. I am on to the next book in the lineup now. If you would like to boss me around, now might be a good time, because I've got more time to just listen to books. So you can hop over to the Boss Me Around level on my Patreon. It is better if the book you recommend has an audiobook. In fact, it's basically necessary that the book you recommend does have an audiobook version. So keep that in mind if you're going to recommend me a book. But if you want me to read your book and give you a developmental edit of it, you can ask me to do that over on Fiverr. That will cost you a bit more than $10 though. And if you want to support me but don't want to go through all of that Patreon rigmarole, you can also throw me a tip over on Ko-fi. And if you want to tip me and also throw in a book suggestion, you can. I can't guarantee that I'll do it, but it'll get my attention better than just like randomly throwing one in the comments or something. But for now, I shall leave you all. Feel free to wander my channel if you want more content. I have loads of book reviews already, and I will see all of you again next time if I do not get eaten by ferrets before then, which is a very real possibility. They've left me alone, but I think it's just to regroup and plot their next move. So wish me luck. Bye.
Don't stop, I'm already late! Late for what? I'm going on an adventure!
Lots of things in life are an adventure, like being my patron. Patrons like Sunny Shy, Nico, Saga, Sarah M, Kat, 78 kilograms of shade, I think, Veda, Ingrid, Roma, Pansing Pony, Julius the Nice Dragon, Haley, Sam, Kira, Kohikaru, Mooney, Maria, Kristen, Bear, Jojo Bookish, Lauren, Robin, Ursula, Caitlin, KJ, LaFone, Amanda, Celia, Alyssa, Rita, Deborah, Afra, Melissa, Swamp Goblin Waifu, Sophia, Merween, Kit, Hidden Glade, Light Julie, Belle Sterling, Patrick, Anne Sophie, Callison, Ray, Shelby, Zaire, Jesper, Rennie, Scribbling Cat, Savvy, Jenny, Amanda, Lisa, and Sarah.
Everything appears to be in order. Welcome, Master Baggins.